5 of the disciples of Origen, namely Plutarch, Heraclides, Hero, and 2 other men, both called Serenus, put to death for the faith at Alexandria in Egypt about the year 203. At this time Origen, though but 18 years old, was a teacher of the faith at Alexandria in Egypt, where he taught with such excellence not only to begin with Christ, but also to die with him, that many of his disciples laid down their lives for the truth of Christ. Among these are mentioned by name Plutarch, Heraclides, Hero, and 2 other men, both called Serenus. Their suffering and death happened in this manner. Origen, the teacher of these pious people, was in the habit of going into the prison to the martyrs who suffered for the name of Jesus Christ, to strengthen them in the faith. Yea, even when they had already received their sentence of death, and were making their last defense, he stood by them and, at parting, gave them the kiss of peace as a token of his sincere love. When Plutarch, his beloved disciple, was led forth to death, he, according to his custom, comforted him, for which the raging multitude would have killed him, had not divine providence protected him. This having happened, Plutarch was put to death for the name of Jesus Christ, and died as a martyr. After the death of Plutarch, the first of the 2 men named Serenus was brought forth and burned. His faith, as is stated, was tried by fire, notwithstanding he was still a catechumen, that is, one who, though he had been instructed, had not yet received baptism. The third of these martyrs is called Heraclides, and of him the same is stated that is recorded of Serenus concerning his faith, namely, that he too was still under instruction and had not yet been baptized, but was preparing for it. And thus he sealed his faith, not with water, but with his blood. He was beheaded with the axe. The fourth that was put to death for the same faith was Hero, who is called a novice in the faith, that is, one who had only lately accepted the faith with baptism. Having commenced his soul into the hands of God, he was likewise beheaded with the axe. Besides these 4 martyrs, there is mentioned a 5th, who was the second of the aforementioned men named Serenus. Refusing to apostatize, he, after many severe torments, was beheaded, like the last mentioned 2, and thus attained to a blessed end, together with his slain fellow brethren.